found this on the web.
Shut the Who is talking?
Siri.
I was like, it's not mine. Did that mean the video stops? Or is the Siri independent?
She's an independent bitch.
Because you've got the fandangled 4G.
Cellular, baby.
Cellular Apple Watch. I don't even have a regular Apple Watch because I know I would lose it.
They're pretty hard to lose if you get a cellular one, actually.
That's a good point.
Because you can really ring it anywhere. It's like AirTags. I've chucked those bad boys on everything.
Yeah, are you worried about getting stalked with AirTags?
Nah, not really. I don't know. I feel like if someone was going to stalk me, they were going to do it through the phone that I carry with the same GPS tracking location in it anyway.
That's a good point. Is it so? What's the AirTag thing where it's like we've noticed like an AirTag following you around?
Okay, so I get this.
I keep seeing this on TikTok.
So I get it all the time because I have a work phone and a normal phone. So when I'm at work and I have my work phone on me, it'll commonly say, "We've noticed someone following you," because I've got it set up to my work account for everything. So it just says that someone's following you. But there's been days that I'm carrying both my keys that have my AirTag on it and my work phone for several hours before it actually goes, "We've noticed that there's an AirTag following you." And then it shows you a GPS map of everywhere that you've been at the AirTags.
I guess it's like at a certain point, it stops being a coincidence, right?
Yeah, but what's the metric is my question. Because sometimes at like 9 o'clock in the morning, I'll get the notification. Other times it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, true. Because I can see like, you know, you take a train ride. Obviously, there's going to be Apple products following you the entire time you're on a train.
Yeah, true.
And a train ride can be like 2 hours.
And I guess if you're in a shopping center, there's going to be people that are...
Yeah. And like I've had coincidences where I've been on the train and then got off the train and like seen someone that I saw on the train on the tram. And then they're like getting off where you're getting off and you're like, this is weird. Like, am I being followed? Am I following them?
It's like when you're driving home and then you got to follow a car like or down all these obscure...
Sometimes I just turn down a random street because I'm scared I'm going to be following this person, or I start indicating before they indicate. I'm like, yes, they know I'm not
that
stalking.
You're not the one. Yeah. I was turning right first. Hello. Welcome to Effectively Flawless.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Welcome to Effectively Fish, alternatively known as Kettle of Flawless.
Kettle of Flawless. I like that one. That one cracked me up.
That one kind of funny though. Last week, we should issue an apology, rather.
Oh yeah. So we have a new schedule.
You had to check your notes to make sure that was true. We do have a new schedule. We were filming previously. We were doing once a week.
Yeah.
I think we've decided that we're going to work on more of a fortnightly basis for a few reasons. One, we kept having no content.
Yeah, the last episode that we released was like 20 minutes.
And it was pretty boring. And thank you, Regan, for the feedback. Because Regan did tell me in person that the episode was quote unquote very dry.
Hey, but he still watched it.
Shout out to Regan actually. He consistently watches pretty much every episode.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he actually does. He goes, and that was like, I'm pretty sure it was a day after it was released.
Yeah.
Because it was when I saw Auntie Donna.
Yeah.
And Regan was there. And I was pretty sure that was the day that it came out. And he was like, oh yeah, it was very dry.
You know, I don't even think I released the last episode on Spotify. I was just like, fuck this shit.
It's just not worth it.
I was in such a shit mood when I was editing that episode. And I was like, fuck this shit. It's not going on Spotify.
I tried to make reels out of it and I just couldn't. There was just nothing to reel.
Yeah, except highlight of the week was JJ being on the show.
100%. And that was the only thing I could make a reel out of.
He really carried that episode.
He did.
Shout out to JJ.
Shout out to JJ. All right.
So, speaking of Regan giving feedback, he did request, well, he didn't really request, but he did comment, I don't know why I'm looking at this. I know what I'm saying. I need to put this on the ground. He did say that his voicemail was elite, which seemed kind of pathetic.
So we spoke about voicemails last week in which we called JJ, for those of you who've already viewed it. We called JJ, and JJ normally has a voicemail, apparently, that's...
Yeah, oh, true. We need to... I think we should try call him and see if we can get his voicemail.
If he answers, just hang up.
Well, hang on. Let me text him.
Do not answer.
Yeah, but anyway, Regan wanted to be on the show, clearly.
Hello?
Hello?
Michael?
Is this a voicemail? I can't tell.
I said Jackie. How's it going, man?
I'm scared.
You were meant to not answer.
I freaking promise. Oh, do you want me to not answer so you
Yeah.
can actually hear the proper?
I text you saying don't answer.
Okay. I'll let you just ring and...
Bye, JJ.
I'm still not convinced. I wouldn't put it past him to.
Hey, right, give me a sec. Working my phone, right? Right. Yeah. But this is actually a voicemail, though, so please leave a message and I'll be happy with you in a bit.
Please leave a detailed message after the tone. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Is this a voicemail?
Wait, I thought he answered that time.
So that's JJ's voicemail, which we discussed in depth last week. But now Regan has requested that we play his voicemail. So let's call Regan and hope he doesn't answer. Regan's a successful businessman that works a 9 to 5, so there's a very fat chance that he won't actually answer during business hours.
How dare he fucking have a stable job? Fuck this guy.
Fact.
Thank you for calling Regan Connor. I can't come to the phone right now. If you could please leave a message, I'll get back to you shortly. Thanks.
Please leave a detailed message after the...
That was fucking shit.
That was the most white man 40-year-old voicemail I've ever heard in my life.
This man comments on our fucking video.
Saying that his voicemail is elite.
Yeah, he called it elite.
That is not an elite
Where the
voicemail.
fuck does this motherfucker get off? What the fuck?
Fuck you, Regan.
Fuck you, Regan. You fucking useless. What's the last time you were ever on the fucking show?
We don't have any other guest. So, has anything interesting happened to you this week, Jack?
The toilet time saga continued.
I'll let you go first then. Tell us about toilet time this week.
So, I left the store to go to the bathroom, which is like just around the corner. I walk into a hallway and there's just the most horrific stench I've ever smelt. And I look further down and all I see is just piss. like I don't mean like someone's taken a piss. I mean there is like 100 liters of piss on the floor.
Classy.
And it really got me thinking, like, what is the ratio? Like, obviously it's like 80% water, but that'll last 20%. Like, it's got to be like piss, shit, cum, and period blood. What is the ratio?
I don't want that in our podcast. What's the ratio of what?
What is that 20%? Like, what is the ratio there?
I think it's primarily pee. In public bathrooms, though, some people don't like poop in public bathrooms and stuff like that.
True. I do.
Don't know.
I don't have any other choice.
Yeah, well, when you work in a shopping centre and you got to be there all the time, it's a bit different. I am unsure.
I'm sure.
Should we throw it out to the people?
Let us know.
Let us know.
My theory was like, I reckon there's at least half a percent of cum in the.
Oh, I don't even want to think about it.
It's gross.
That's
but like,
awful. We can't put that on air.
Am I wrong?
Yes.
I think that mathematically I'm probably correct.
Yeah.
Next question.
Next question. Speaking of piss,
I think that's the best segue our show's ever had.
and it's very relevant to my story. On this podcast, Jack, we are fans of, I would argue, the Hamish and Andy show.
Luke and Lewis.
Insert
Insert other examples.
Insert other examples in here. So it may come to a bit of an excitement to us that I met one of the people we are a fan of the other day.
Yes, you did. Wait, speaking of piss.
Speaking of piss, that is
Now I'm scared.
So that's the segue. Speaking of piss, I met one of the people that the Effectively Flawless podcast is a fan of, Lewis Spears.
Okay. I'm still concerned about the relevancy of piss.
So we should be. The other day I was at my place of work and I was being a good employee going around, hey guys, how you going? Do you need a hand? Blah, blah, blah. I go up to this group of people and I go, hey guys, do you need a hand at all with anything today? And this man that was crouching down stands up and fucking towers over the room.
Is he a lot taller in person?
He's fucking huge, bro.
Yeah.
He's fucking huge. I'm sorry, Lewis, but you are like, I'm 5'0". That man's got to be 6'8". He's got to be 6'8". Huge. As he stands up, I didn't actually see that it was him beforehand. So if I did, maybe I would have prepped myself, I don't know, to say something. And I go, which if you are up to date on the Luke and Lewis show, I say, oh, no way, man. Oh, no way, man. I was listening to your story about piss on the way here today.
What was his story about piss? I don't even remember.
It was about Frankston and this bottle of piss. And
that was fucking feral.
Right?
Oh, because you work in Frankston.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, like, I go, fuck, man. And one of my colleagues goes afterwards, you could have just said you liked the podcast. And it was really cool about it. Really cool dude.
Yeah.
Ended up trying to help him. I think I got him the wrong product like 3 times.
What was he shopping for?
SD cards. Just really, really felt them on that one. But long story short, I have tickets to see Luke Kidgel this week, and
Please tell me you told him that.
no, I didn't. I was too embarrassed after I said the piss thing.
What did he say to the piss thing?
He was like, oh man, like, and I was like, sorry, that was really bogan. He goes, no, it's a bogan story. Fuck my life, bro.
You didn't even sneak a fucking promo on the show.
So that was exciting. Tall dude.
Tall dude.
That's all I can. Tall dude. Cool
Tall
dude.
motherfucker.
Tall motherfucker.
I feel like I'd be very intimidated to meet him. Like, just...
He's as lanky as you too, but
Yeah.
just taller.
Did he really, like... Does he have a cum stain on the back of his jeans?
I wish I looked.
Yeah.
I wish I looked. He was wearing the necklace. I saw no
That
cum stain.
story was what got you into their show, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And it was actually the first thing I noticed. Sorry, sip of coffee. How's that ASMR? It was actually the first thing I noticed because I saw that story on TikTok and you'd been listening to them for ages before that. And I saw the necklace story. I was like, that was fucking funny, which I think you told me to watch before I even watched it. I had to come across it on my own accord before I could get there.
Yeah.
Anyway. Speaking of celebrities, well,
What are your segues today?
Transitions today. I think there's an elephant. There's 2 elephants in the room that we should address. 1, Will Smith. 2, the speeding fine on the wall.
I
Or the red camera fine on the wall. Will Smith. And I didn't want to bring this up because I thought every other podcast at the moment is going to be talking about Will Smith smacking the fucking shit out of Chris Rock on stage, right? Was it the Grammys?
The Oscars.
The Oscars, that's the
Yeah.
one.
Biggest event for like celebrities of the year. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen, you've seen the
the
video.
clip, yeah.
Yeah.
Which was fun because like the Australian broadcast didn't cut the mics. But the American broadcast did.
Interesting.
Yeah, so you get to hear him scream like, "Get my wife's name out of your fucking mouth."
Take my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I love Chris Rock. He's like, "It was a G.I. Jane joke."
I like how he's got his hands behind his back. He's like, Man, Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
I've never seen someone take a slap so well.
Hands behind his back too. Like it's obviously I'm quite into, martial arts and everything like that. So I had everyone on my Instagram posting about what Chris Rock should have done. And honestly, if he did fucking take him down judo style, I don't think that would have worked out for either parties. So I think he handled it like an absolute pro. But it did remind me, because I would argue that it was a little bit of an unprovoked attack.
Yeah.
An unprovoked physical attack.
Yeah. I don't think the joke was that bad.
I don't think it was that. I don't think it should have passed, but the whole thing would have been scripted, man. Like, that joke would have been told 20 times over.
Oh, yeah.
Before, like, in all the rehearsals and stuff like that.
That's what blows my mind. Like, I reckon at least 20 people had to have, like,
approved
that joke.
Yeah.
Which is just insane that 20 people were like, yeah, that's not going to elicit a reaction.
Exactly. It just reminded me, and this is it's a harsh connection. Like, it's harsh. It's a far-fetched connection.
Okay.
But unprovoked attacks. Do you remember the time I stabbed Regan in high school?
I do, with the grey lead. You drew blood with a fucking grey lead.
Can you remember what caused that? Because
Literally nothing.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it was the same sort of, Regan would have said something that was probably not even that out of line, and I just fucking
I don't even think he said
I don't even know
something.
if he said something.
No, because you guys would just fucking brawl.
And there were times, I had Regan in a headlock once in media class, which, can I just say, was fucking good. Like, that was before I did any martial arts. That was a good headlock. But I just fucking stabbed Regan. I want to insert, if this gets a reel made out of it, Regan's, like, what Regan recollects of the stabbing, because that was all I could think about when I watched the slap.
Yeah.
Because Will's laughing at that joke after it's made.
Yeah.
There's a cut of him that's laughing.
Oh, yeah, and then you see Jada and she's like...
rolling her eyes, and then that's when he goes up and slaps him.
Yeah, it seemed like very much one of those moments in the Oscars when someone's made a, bad joke previously where the celebrity's just like, you cut in and they're like...
Yeah.
But...
Which is normally where it ends.
Yeah. I think it was a bit unsolicited.
I think so too. I think obviously the reason, like, Jada's got alopecia, which is why her hair is thinner and, lesser.
Look, to be honest, in my opinion, it's about as bad as me making a joke like, oh, I'm excited for Stuart Little 3 to you.
I can't help that I am very small. But I'm not gonna well, maybe in year 12 I would have stabbed you, but I don't really do that anymore. I've chilled the fuck out. Anyway, the other elephant in the room I wanted to address was Jack's. It's a red light fine, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Red light, yeah.
So the insane part about this red light fine, which you definitely can't see on the camera, that says 92.1 seconds.
So you Snapchatted this to me originally, and I actually screenshotted it because it took me a couple seconds to go, and I originally read that as 2.1 seconds, and I was like, fuck, Jack, that's 92.1 seconds, which meant that red light was red for 92.1 seconds.
It was red before I could even see the red light. How
the fuck did you manage that?
So I was having a mental breakdown while driving, and I was on the phone to a friend, and I get to this intersection, and bear in mind, this is 1 a.m, so there's not a single car on the road. Mm-hmm. And it's green to go straight. It is not green to turn right.
You fucking idiot.
And so, like, as I'm approaching this intersection, it changes to green. But the turn hasn't changed to green. So I just go through this turn. Again, not a single car on the road.
Which in Australia, if you don't have a red light to go right, then you can go through regardless of that arrow. So did you not see the arrow, or did you neglect to acknowledge the arrow?
I didn't see the arrow. Yeah.
How much does that mistake cost you, Jack?
$454. Or, as I like to put it, almost 2 weeks of rent.
And 3 demerit points.
Yeah. I'm lucky to be on full license, so that's only a quarter of my demerit points.
Yeah, but if you keep making mistakes like that, that's fucking see you later.
Yeah. So I wanted to bring something up. As we were talking about this a little bit ago, I don't think you've made your Virgin Amazon purchase yet. Have you?
No, I still haven't broken my Amazon virginity.
Okay, yep. Great. So just a little forewarning about what can go wrong on Amazon when you're impulsive like me and shopping at 3 a.m.
Which is why I've stayed away from Amazon for this long.
Always just check the dimensions of something. So I bought a power bank and like it was ridiculously cheap. Like we're tech guys, 30,000 milliamps for $45.
That's cheap.
That's cheap.
That's cheap.
I would like to show you this power bank. It arrived in the mail. It is the size of my fucking head.
That's almost too big for me to hold in my hand.
I bought it for a music festival and unclear what I'm going to do.
You know what I reckon?
You know the worst part about that? Bought one for my friend Bella as well.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still functional. I reckon it's just 3 10,000 milliamp power banks stuck together in a plastic case, and that's how they've got the price so cheap.
Honestly, probably. My favorite part about it, while we're talking on tech, it can be charged by lightning.
That doesn't take away from the fact that it's fucking huge.
And while we've got the drawer open, we suck at committing to things. This has been sitting here for like at least 3 months.
Oh, there's so many pieces to it though.
Also, you made a very bad joke today, and you said, I know that hair tie's mine because Jack don't get no bitches. Also your scrunchie.
That's also my scrunchie.
Yeah.
Is that in there?
Yeah.
When I came into the studio today, there was a hair tie on the floor. And this is also Jack's study room. So, I mean, theoretically, if Jack did have bitches, he might have people come in here. And I picked up the hair tie and put it with the rest of my stuff and said, that's definitely my hair tie because Jack doesn't get no bitches.
Thank you. Well, while we're on the topic of the studio,
Yes.
last ever episode in the studio.
Maybe. Hopefully. If nothing goes wrong.
I really hope nothing goes wrong because I move in on Friday.
Let's just fingers crossed. So I feel like there's a couple of ends that we have to tie up being
sure.
in the old studio. One of them is that I brought today half of your Christmas present.
Yeah.
But with that, I also have a confession of why it's only half the Christmas present and why it's taken so long for me to bring the Christmas present. Your Christmas present, I had 2 parts. They had a theme. One of them I'm probably going to have to rebuy because I can't fucking find it for the life of me.
I knew it. I knew there was a deeper reason as to why you hadn't brought it.
And the other one, I still like the other half of
Yeah.
what I've got you. I still think you'll like it. I still think it's cool. The other one now, to be honest, I'm going to rebuy it. It's going to be your housewarming gift because it still works as a housewarming gift and it's very on brand for you.
Great.
And I might even make a reel about it and show you what it is here and just say, Jack, do not watch this. Because it's very on brand for Jack and I thought it was very cool. But with that, did you bring a Christmas present in here?
No, I thought you were going to.
Do you? I'll go grab. No, you go grab it. No, I'll go grab it.
Let's just like go together. I'm very excited at the prospect of getting a Christmas present in, what is it, April?
Yeah,
2 days.
I've got to start thinking about your birthday present, which just stressed me out more because realistically, if I'd never acknowledged the Christmas present, I probably could have made this your birthday present. Did you fart?
No.
Says a lot about the studio we're in. Which...
You know, I've just realized something very, very comedic about the studio right now.
What's
It's
that?
being packed up, so the shelves that were behind us originally are now gone. Hilariously, there is a lot of water damage in one corner. Not my fault. I'd like to preface that. Not my fault.
I think I know where this is
Yeah.
going.
There is a wet floor sign just sitting. I don't know that that's visible on camera, but there was a wet floor sign sitting on top of the water damage completely by accident.
That's kind of funny.
Man, I wish I was deliberately funny.
This is the more serious half of your Christmas gift. But it doesn't, it's just cute.
Oh, it's orange.
There was a theme.
think I'm able to gather the theme.
There was a theme. This was the other present.
Thank you very much. I like it a lot.
You're very welcome.
I will definitely be wearing this. That's super cute.
You're very welcome.
I love it.
Friendship high five.
You know, I remember making a typo to you. This would have been like, I don't even know. Probably like, we would have been like 14 or 15.
We've been friends for too long.
Yeah. And still, whenever you say the word friendship, my brain
Friday hip.
Oh my God, you remember it. My brain still...
Friday hip always wins.
It wasn't wins, it was win.
Friday hip always win. I think it was probably around the time that we had an argument in...
No, it was before that.
Really?
It was like a couple months after we met each other.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Jack and my friendship has really been to the peak where we're probably our only friends.
Yeah.
And also where we have hated each other more than any other human being on this planet. This includes physical fights. Like, I think we've punched on maybe two times.
Yeah, not recently.
Not recently.
No.
We're adults now, so
Yeah.
we've chilled the fuck out. But in high school, I think we punched on twice.
Yeah.
And then we had a massive argument across an English class where a teacher actually had to get involved and split us up. Where you said,
What did I say?
why don't you take a dose of shut the fuck up?
I remember the teacher's face in that moment.
Was just like, what the fuck do I do? Because these kids are going to punch on again.
Yeah. It was great because you were sitting directly behind me. So I
Yeah.
wasn't even looking at you when I said, I
And
was
you just
looking into
yelled.
the teacher's eyes
Yeah.
as I said it. I said, Courtney needs to take a dose of shut the fuck up.
Which, to be honest, true, but so do you. And now we have a podcast together.
Yeah. Imagine we took a dose of shut the fuck up on air.
Friday hip always win.
Amen, brother.
Amen.
I do have... all I've got is I was outside the other night, just, taking in some air. And
Some air.
Yeah. That's what it was.
Some spicy air.
Some air. And my neighbor was out the front and they had their engagement party that day.
Cute.
And so he was just plastered.
Yeah.
And so the neighbor saga continues where it left. So basically I hadn't spoken to him since like the last time we spoke about him on the podcast, which was the time that he scared the shit out of me and I was literally naked.
Like 2:00 in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah. And I found he's like 20. I always thought he was like older than me, like he's late 20s. He's
Interesting.
20, has a baby. Didn't know they had a baby. I was just mind blown by that because I said to him, I was like, I've literally never heard this baby cry or anything like that. And he was like, are you sure? And I was like...
Because he's like, because I fucking have.
Yeah, and he was very, very drunk, but he was, and he just kept chatting to me, and I was in the driveway for like probably half an hour just chatting to this guy, and I was like, it's really cold, I want to go inside. Anyway, that's the
neighbor saga.
The end of the neighbor saga.
Oh, yes, because you'll be moving. I feel like we should send him a thank you. Thank you for giving us content on the podcast. I've got a bit of an interesting neighbor saga that I'm going through at the moment. So I live in a place that's a bit of like a unit complex almost. So all the bins, which I'm sure you'll end up in the same situation in a new place, go in the same spot like on the nature strip.
Yeah.
So it's a few people's bins. I live in an address where there's an A and a B.
Yeah.
Which I assume is how I ended up in this situation.
I
but
feel like you've told this story before.
no, not this particular one.
Okay.
That's the Uber one.
Okay.
So recently my B neighbors moved out. And they've
Your
been
B
my B neighbors and they've been replaced. About 2 or 3 months ago, one of my bins went missing. And then again, a month later, one of my bins went missing. So you have to like message the council when your bin goes missing. They send you a new one. So then I got a new one sent out, and I just didn't think anything of it. I thought maybe the bin had accidentally the bin man had stolen it because it's only a small bin. I went to go put my rubbish out last week, and my bin was out on the street. Sorry, the week before last week.
Oh,
So my bin had come back which meant someone in my fucking unit complex took my bin.
Yep.
So
now you have 2 bins.
Well, you'd think so. So I didn't know.
Wait, don't tell me you have 3 bins.
So I don't know which bin to take because there's now 3 bins with my address on it. Because it has clearly marked what my address is.
Where have their bins gone?
They're still out there. I've done I go out there in the middle of the night when everyone's bins are out there to see who it is that hasn't got a bin. Because by process of elimination, whoever consistently doesn't have a bin, that's the person stealing my bin.
See, that wouldn't work for me because I put out my bins once a month. I don't go through that much rubbish, man.
So I took my original bin back.
Yeah.
And then someone took my new bin. And then this week, both the bins are out there still. So some motherfucker's stealing my bin and I don't know who it is. And I don't know whether I take both bins or I don't know whether my extra bin somehow accidentally became a communal bin for the fucking 20 people that live in my unit complex.
Is there stuff in the extra bin?
Yeah, every time it's taken out, there's stuff in there.
So there's 3 bins with your address?
Yes.
And you use one of them?
Yeah, well, I just take whichever one's out there that week.
So where have their bins gone?
I don't know. But they keep taking mine. And originally I thought it was my B neighbor because one of them only said the number and not the unit.
Yeah.
So I thought, maybe they've just mixed it up by mistake. No, their bin's out there. Theirs is out there every week, as are all of mine. So I'll keep you updated on how that saga goes.
Yeah, the bin saga, great.
I'm starting to question whether I should bring in all 3 bins because they're not always out there.
Yeah.
Some weeks it's only 2 and some weeks it's only 1.
So someone has, I reckon 2 of your neighbours have 2 bins.
Correct. Yeah. Someone's consciously gone, fucking sweet, this bin hasn't been taken in.
Do you have to pay for the extra bin?
Well, I don't know. I don't think so. Unless because it's been reported I just reported it as lost or stolen. And
so they haven't sent you a bill for the extra bin?
I don't think so. I also didn't check my mailbox.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I've been checking my mailbox for about 2 months waiting for that one to come. Oh, well, offense date, 8th of March.
Did you see the flash when that happened?
I saw it, yeah. Yeah. 20 days.
Fuck.
Fucking Regan replied, he's working. We don't care, Regan.
We just wanted to hear your voicemail. Your elite voicemail. Anyway, do you have any...
I don't have anything else.
I do have other things, but like I said, they can all be used for...
Yeah, cool.
There's nothing pressing. My main things were Lewis Spears and Will Smith this week.
Great. Because I think this is probably the longest episode we've done in a while.
And it was consistently filled with actual things.
I think it was a good episode. Let us know. Ow.
Keep watching our reels.
Yeah. It's the only content we post.
Anyway, see you next fortnight because we're no longer doing weekly episodes.
In the new studio.
In the new studio, hopefully. I say hopefully because everything goes wrong for us.
Yeah.
In everything. And fuck you, Regan.
Yep.
Love you, JJ.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Bless you, JJ.
Bless you, JJ. We'll see you all next fortnight.
We're really bad at outros.
Terrible at them. Friday Hip always wins.